Hey guys, Samuel here, and we are back once again. We are on the SAP learning journey. Okay, you could go to learning.sap.com, and the learning journey is exploring the SAP Business Data Cloud. Okay, and in that, we are in a course. The course is exploring the SAP Analytics Cloud. Okay, and in that course is a unit getting started with SAP Analytics Cloud. And we've already completed this lesson 1, which was navigating in SAP Analytics Cloud. Now we're in lesson 2, which is managing files. So let's go ahead and get started here. Managing files. All right. Now, after completing this lesson, you will be able to manage and share files. The files area is where many of the SAP Analytics Cloud resources reside. The following image displays the file types that are available in the SAP Analytics Cloud from the files area. So I'm going to right click, open image, and we're going to zoom in so you can see that here: stories, analytic applications, composites, insights, models, data sets, themes, templates, uploaded files, workbooks. So there you go. That gives you a list of some of those things. All right. So let's go ahead and come down. My Files. Now, all users have the My Files area. It displays content you own and all content that is shared with you, but owned by other users. Now, the area, it also includes these folders. Okay, an input forms folder contains input and planning stories and other planning related elements assigned to you. The public folder, it contains content that is available to all users. However, the availability may be may be limited to read-only access. The availability may be limited to read-only access, and content that you can save from the public folder has read-only permissions for other users by default. Now, the public folder cannot be deleted or copied, but administrators can assign copy and delete permissions on the folder so that items that are created in this folder will inherit the sharing permissions. And then the last one, samples. It contains your sample models and stories. Now, clicking on the file name will open it. However, each file that has a checkbox to the left of it. Now, checking the box gives you other file-related options in the file ribbon. Now, we're going to go ahead and watch this terrible AI voice video for the files and ribbon. Now, once again, I'm using this under the fair use law. I don't represent SAP, and this is publicly available for everybody. It's a free resource. So I'm going to put this on so you guys could listen to this.
In this video, we'll explore the Files area of SAP Analytics Cloud. The Files area is where many of the SAP Analytics Cloud resources reside. Like most File Explorer interfaces, the SAP Analytics Cloud Files area can be organized into folders and subfolders. Only users with appropriate authorization can create folders, but all users have their own private My Files area. Many of the options in the file ribbon are very common file and folder management activities. For example, you can add new objects. Here are displayed the file types that are available in the Files area of SAP Analytics Cloud. You can also create or copy a folder, or delete content. Deleted content can be restored for up to 30 days by default. You can search for an object by name. Or you can configure the Files area by showing or hiding metadata columns. These columns display information about each object, such as the person who created it. Clicking Filter allows you to show and hide objects by type. You can filter files in any folder by type, but the filter will apply to all folders, not only the folder where you applied the filter. You can filter the Files area to display only certain content. For example, if you choose Stories, you can only see the story objects. Choosing Clear All, you will display all folders and files again. Clicking All Files drop-down will allow you to select what you would like to view. All files, owned by me, or shared with me. While many options are common file management tasks, there are some options that are unique to SAP Analytics Cloud. If you select an object in your list and click Edit Details, you can change details about the file, such as its name and description, without opening the file for editing. The share icon gives you options for distributing an object to other SAP Analytics Cloud users either immediately or regularly. The Publish to Catalog option is typically reserved for administrators, allowing them to add content to the Catalog tab for various SAP Analytics Cloud users. Draft Data displays data you have imported but have not yet used in a model. If you have made a change and you do not see it right away, you can click Refresh. You can also use the File Upload button to upload a file that you have saved. For example, if you want to upload a CSV file to use as a data source for a model. To open an object, simply click on it.
All right, guys, we've made it through that. Let's come down here. Security management and monitoring. Okay, like most SAP systems, SAP Analytics Cloud defines security for both functional and data access. The security model is typically created and controlled by your corporate SAP Analytics Cloud systems administrators. Now, the content network. Content in SAP Analytics Cloud includes all files as well as planning related objects such as data actions and value driver trees. Now, to promote content across multiple SAP Analytics Cloud tenants, administrators transfer over the cloud using the content network. Now, the content network helps to keep your content organized, available, and secured with appropriate permissions. Administrators can set different access rights for each sharing destination, and each system can store up to 300 megabytes of exported content for free in the My Content area. The content network is also where SAP business content is stored, and administrators can import any business content necessary and make it available for you to use. Now, security and monitoring. Now, SAP Analytics Cloud logs all activities and users perform on anything in the systems. So, all activities that users perform on anything in the system. Now, administrators can access and view these audited activities from the security area in the SAP Analytics Cloud. In addition, they have access to standard monitoring reports to monitor the real-time statistics and usage of the system. All right, let's take a look at the notes. Notes. SAP Analytics Cloud shares the same quarterly release cycle with other major cloud products from SAP. Now, each quarter, information on new features and changes can be found in the SAP Analytics Cloud release highlights. And the SAP Analytics Cloud software release versions installed on the source and target tenants needed to match the same version, or they may differ by only one version. There is no backward compatibility. Additional information. If you are an SAP Analytics Cloud administrator, you can find more information on the SAP Analytics Cloud security and monitoring here at the Managing Security and Administration in SAP Cloud link. So it's just a link into this learning area. Shared content. You can share SAP Analytics Cloud files by granting either individual permissions or access level to users or teams. Access level are predefined groups or permissions that can be assigned to users. Now, in many cases, these access levels are easier for administrators to assign and manage than individual permissions, simply because they apply to multiple users at one time. And then the access level available when sharing are as follows. Okay, view, edit, full control, and custom. Oh, you need to pay careful attention to this because this is actually going to probably be on the quiz at the end. Now, let's take a look one last time. View, what are the access levels? View, edit, full control, and custom. And permissions include for view, read, copy, view, comment, and add comment. Edit, update, create files, create folders. Full control. All right. With the exception of custom, each access level beginning with edit contains the permissions from the access level above it. Now, you can share a file either by checking the box next to the file name in the files area or from within the opened file. If you share from the files area, you can select multiple files to share. Now, with either option, you select the icon and choose share, obviously. There we go. Here's a little share story button here. Add users or teams, access, email new recipients. Now, in the share dialog, add the users or teams of users with whom to share and choose the appropriate access level. If you want to alert the recipients using email, check the email new recipients box, then simply choose the send button. You can also unshare following the same process, but expand with the shared with area. Select those users and teams with whom you no longer wish to share and select delete. Okay. And in this case, we have team A. They have it set to view, shared with team, one team. This is the owner. Okay. Similarly, administrators can make content easier for you to access by adding the featured files tile to your home screen. Now, pin to home. You can pin a chart from a story to your home page for quick access to the information it displays when you are viewing a story. You can use charts, the ... more actions button to choose pin to home. Now, we will discuss the more actions button in detail later in this course. All right, pin to home. Share a story and remove sharing permissions. All right, we have a business scenario. You are a new SAP Analytics Cloud. You are new to SAP Analytics Cloud, and you need to learn how to work with some of the SAP Analytics Cloud sharing options. We have a task flow and a practice exercise. First, we're going to locate your story in My Files. Second, we're going to share your story. And third, we're going to remove sharing permissions. All right, let's get started. Start exercise. All right, this is fully interactive practice, blobbity boobity. Click the next button. Now, in this practice exercise, you will share and unshare a story from your personal folder with your team. All right, so select files. So top left under the home button is the files button. All right, select the required story, this story calculations, and check mark it. All right, so now it wants us to click the three circle buttons. So at the very top, in the top center of the screen, you're going to see the share. So we click that. Then we're going to click the share button. All right, we're going to add users or teams. All right, click the little icon for a person here. Select the users to add available members list. In this example, select Team B. All right, so we're going to check mark Team B and OK. All right, select share. All right, so we have Team B here and collect share. You should click email new recipients too, and close. Now, next, you're going to remove the view permissions previously granted by unsharing the story. Okay, select the required story. In this example, select SCalcs, so the same one we just did. And we're going to select share, top of the screen next to the copy button, share. All right, and expand or collapse the select button. So here we go. And select Team B. Delete the share permission. All right, so there's a little trash can here next to the search. So right across from shared with team, you see my mouse, boom, trash can. and then select close. So they're removed. You have now successfully shared and removed sharing permissions in a story. Great job, guys. All right, scheduling. As a content owner, you can schedule sharing a story with users and teams of your choice on a regular basis. You can share the publication with any number of SAP Analytics Cloud users within the tenant, but a maximum of 3 non-SAP Analytics Cloud users. In order to schedule, you must be assigned the schedule publication privileges. So, such as create and manage, you can schedule a story from the favorites menu, featured files, or files page. Now, watch this video to learn how to schedule, configure, and distribute a story. All right, guys, give me a second. Here comes the AI voice. Try not to kill yourself. Just kidding.
In this video, we will schedule and distribute a story. The data in a story can be scheduled to update regularly. From the Files area, select the story you wish to schedule. From the Share icon, choose Schedule Publication. In the Schedule Publications dialog, you can configure the publication options. You can share the story by email, using either the broadcast or burst mode. Broadcast mode shares content using your data authorization, and burst mode uses the recipient's authorization. You can specify a start date and potentially add multiple recurrences. Recurrences can be hourly, daily, or weekly, starting and ending at specific points in time. Once the data in the story is updated, a file can be created from that story either in PDF format or PowerPoint. It is possible to email the report as either a PowerPoint or PDF file to the recipients. You can enter a subject for your email, as well as details in the message. The message can include a link directly to the story in SAP Analytics Cloud. You can share additional views of the story with the same or new set of recipients. To email the story to a non-SAP Analytics Cloud users, enter email addresses separated by a comma. You can also distribute the refreshed story to existing SAP Analytics Cloud users. Once your scheduling options are configured, create the publication. You can view the publication from the calendar. From the calendar, you can copy the scheduled publication or delete it. In this demo, since the story was scheduled to refresh every day, I can remove a single occurrence of the schedule or I can remove the entire series. If you have scheduled a story to be emailed to an outside recipient, the email message they receive will look something like this, and they would simply open the attachment.
All right, guys. So we made it through. Oh, and that's it. So that's the end. All right. I'll see you guys for the next lesson, which is using SAP Analytics Cloud. Take care. Sam out.